All right, Dale, good job. Nice to see you. Tell me a little bit about your golf game and what you've been doing. And I know you just said you're just getting back into the game. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. I started doing golf a couple of years ago. The first year I was doing the regular swing, and my health got kind of progressively worse, and the regular swing was killing my back. So I laid off for a good year. And I saw your stuff on the internet and got really intrigued. So I started trying it, and you know, as you can tell, I can hit again.
Yeah. Good. So it's helping your back some.
Yes, it is.
Good. Well, let's do something. I want to introduce you to our Feeling of Greatness Training Club, which is a product designed to help you kind of master the single plane swing. But let me kind of explain some of the features. Obviously, you know, as you've seen some of my stuff, instructional stuff, getting the grip and the setup's a very important part of the single plane swing. So what this grip allows you to do, and you can kind of see the markings on the grip, and I'll help you get your hands on here. These markings help you get your lead hand position correctly. We call this the neutral lead hand position. It gets the thumb in the proper place and the back of the hand in the proper place relative to the club face. The second thing this grip does is get your trail hand on there correctly in the single plane position. This is the proper rotation of the hand for the single plane swing. You've probably seen me talk about that as well.
Yes, sir.
And then we have the paint on the club, which allows us to get the proper distance from the ball. The grip is shaped in a way that helps you feel the hand action. So this club is designed to help you feel things in your swing. And then it's specially weighted to help you kind of get a little more weight in the swing so you can actually train with it and practice with it. So what I want to do is I want to get your hands, we'll step over here to the side, let me kind of show you a couple of things. So when you practice with this club, there's a couple things you need to do with it. First of all, once you get your hands on there correctly, I want you to go ahead and make some practice swings with it. Now notice when I'm making these practice swings, I'm keeping my feet on the ground. I really want to feel the golf club when I swing it, so I'm just kind of feeling the weight of it. You really just want to work on what it feels like to swing it. Notice I'm keeping it pretty simple here, not moving a lot, just arms back and through. I want to feel what the hands are doing on the club. I want to feel the weight of the head. I want to feel how the grip is making my hands work correctly. When you set up to a golf ball, the last thing you can do with the club to help you train with it is when you set it down, so once you get set up, put it on the ground there, and you see that red paint that's on the shaft?
Yes.
That should line up with the front of your toes. That gives you the proper distance from the ball. Okay, so come on out here. Let me get you set up with this club. Let me grab your club from you. Let's get your hands on there first. So yeah, that's right. See how it puts the hand right in that neutral position? It's perfect position right there, just by grabbing it, okay? Yeah. And then you put the trail hand on there. Just make sure that you feel that form spot on the grip. So the thumb sits right in there, okay? Mm-hmm. And this lead finger fits right there. Do you feel how that kind of fits your hands?
Yes, it does.
Now, notice how the hands feel really unified and close together, right? Now, do me a favor and take a couple practice swings for that with that club. Holding that club, and just nice, easy practice swings. Widen your feet a little bit. Great, try to keep both feet on the ground. Great. Do you feel the weight of that? Good.
Yes, I do.
Now, why don't you do a quick measurement here. So take that club and just put it on the ground there. There you go. And just step up there to that red edge of the red line. Great. That's it. Now stay right there for 1 second. So what you're seeing here now is by holding the club, this club is creating what we call the single plane. You've seen that in our instruction. So it's helping line that trail arm up. I'm going to drop the shoulder just slightly. So now the club and the arm are lining up into a single plane line. Widen your feet just a little bit. Great. Okay, that's a perfect single plane setup. You got the proper distance, you got the good stance width, and you got a nice single plane alignment with the arms and the hands are on there perfectly. Make sure those hands are slightly forward. Right there. I'm going to drop that trail shoulder. That's it. See how that arm's slightly above that arm? Now you have this nice, perfect alignment with the club, and the club lines up with the trail arm as well. There's your single plane setup. Try to keep your lead foot on the ground when you hit this next ball. Great. That's pure right there. That's the best one you've hit today. So let's just go through a little quick review here of what we talked about. So go ahead and put your hands on that club real quick. All right, so here's what we discussed today. Obviously, the club's helping you get the proper lead hand position, all right? It's getting that trail hand position, that non-rotational position. Obviously, you can get the correct distance from the ball when you need it, all right? I'm gonna widen your feet a little bit. Remember the single plane swing, we wanna get a little wider than that even. Go a little wider, good. Now, so there's your setup, and what you see is a nice single plane alignment. You have this arm slightly above this arm. and then you have a nice alignment of the club shaft and the arm. Now the club's going to help you when you feel a backswing. When you take a backswing, make sure your lead foot's on the ground, right? So that's what you did in the last swing. It was great. And you're going to come down and hit the ball. So hit one more shot for me. Just make sure your foot stays on the ground and go ahead and hit one. It's a great one right there. That was a great job.
Nice and straight, too.
That was it. I love the foot position. I love what the club is helping you do with your hands and getting that single plane alignment. And by the way, you can take that club home with you, and now you got a club you can practice with.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate that.
I started doing golf a couple of years ago, and my game wasn't all that great. Swinging the club on the regular plane like they teach, my back was killing me. My health kind of degraded there for a while, and I had to stop playing. And I was looking online for something to help coach me to get back into it. And this little bit that we did out here, that was great. That last shot that carried really well, nice and straight. Well, with the training club, once I got it in my hands and got the proper grip, I could really feel the difference doing that. The weight of the club itself, that helped with the backswing. I think I was over-rotating on the backswing quite a lot, and this showed me that I was doing that. The weight kind of stopped me from going so far. Hitting with it, wow. I haven't hit that straight since I started back. This club is going to be my practice club. That's all there is to it. This thing is great.
So what you saw with Dale was that, you know, he's relatively new getting back into the game, so a lot of swing issues that we had to kind of correct with him. But one of the things that club did for him is obviously got his hands on the club correctly. It helped him adjust the single plane position with his grip position, his arm position, and set up his stance. We widened his stance a little bit. Then he actually made some pretty good swings with the training club because the weighting of it really helped him. And that's the thing about it, is that when people are first learning the single plane swing, like Dale, getting back into it, it was nice having the club in his hands. So the thing about the club is it really ensures that he has the proper grip position. It ensures that he had the proper hand and arm position when he set up into the single plane, and then getting the proper distance from the ball. So Dale can now go practice, and I gave him a club, so now he can go home and practice. And every time he practices, he can make sure that he's in a perfect single plane address position.